Helmets using ivory from boar's tusks were known in the Mycenaean world from the 17th century BC to the 10th century BC. The helmet was made through the use of slivers of boar tusks which were attached to a leather base, padded with felt. In rows, a description of a boar's tusk helmet appears in Book 10 of Homer's Iliad, as Odysseus is armed for a night raid to be conducted against the Trojans.Meriones gave Odysseus a bow, a quiver and a sword, and put a cleverly made leather helmet on his head. On the inside there was a strong lining on interwoven straps, onto which a felt cap had been sewn in. The outside was cleverly adorned all around with rows of white tusks from a shiny toothed boar, the tusks running in alternate directions in each row. Mu-eta rho iota omicron nu-eta sigma delta delta upsilon sigma iota delta iota delta omicron upsilon beta iota nu delta phi alpha rho epsilon tau rho eta nu kappa alpha chi iota phi omicron sigma mu phi delta epsilon omicron kappa epsilon nu epsilon eta nu kappa epsilon phi alpha lambda phi iota nu theta eta kappa epsilon iota nu omicron pi omicron iota eta tau eta news pi omicron lambda epsilon sigma iota nu delta nu tau omicron sigma theta epsilon nu mu sigma iota nu tau epsilon tau alpha tau omicron sigma tau epsilon rho epsilon sigma kappa tau omicron sigma theta epsilon delta lambda epsilon kappa omicron delta omicron nu tau epsilon sigma rho gamma iota omicron delta omicron nu tau omicron sigma theta alpha mu epsilon sigma chi omicron nu theta alpha kappa alpha nu theta alpha epsilon kappa alpha pi iota of sigma tau alpha mu epsilon nu omega sigma mu epsilon sigma delta nu pi lambda omicron sigma rho eta rho epsilon iota. Fragments of ivory which might have come from helmets of this kind have been discovered on Mycenaean sites, and an ivory plaque, also from a Mycenaean site, represents a helmet of this kind. Although they would not provide as good protection as a metal helmet, they may have been worn by some leaders as a status symbol, or a means of identification. Homer specifies that the helmet given by Meriones to Odysseus was an heirloom, passed down through the generations, a detail which perhaps suggests its value. Although the number of plates required to make an entire helmet varies, anything from 40 to 140 can be required. It has been estimated that 40 to 50 boars would have to be killed to make just one helmet.